everybody. This is Sandra Nardoni, and I am, in case you don't know me already, and this is my husband, Tim. Anyway, I am a homeschool mom of 14 years, and we have a travel business where yes, I think it's starting to be right? Isn't that what we've discussed? Anyway, we're going to talk more about that actually today and in future times.
I have a job.
Anyway, yes, that is true. We've got a travel business. I have a travel business, and we also have 3 kids that we've homeschooled for 14 years. One of them is done.
We only have 3 kids.
We only have 3 kids, yes. And we are basically, I started this travel business thing because I wanted to spend more time that was fun with our kids, because they were teenagers and they were being slightly difficult. But today we actually are on here together because we are on our way to Hilton Head Island by ourselves, which is awesome. And we don't get a chance to have uninterrupted time together very often. And so Buddy's here with me, and he is he's going to contribute to our conversation today. We actually have been brainstorming the entire trip about business stuff and homeschooling stuff and parenting stuff. We've got pages of notes. And so I convinced him to do a series of videos with me this week while we're traveling, because we're going to be gone for like 6 days. And like I said, we don't get a lot of uninterrupted time together. So cue the rain. It's completely sunny, and it starts raining as soon as we start doing a Facebook Live. Anyway, we really have been talking a lot about how we want to unleash our kids this school year. And, we've had some challenges. Are you kidding me? That's got to be so loud. I think we're going to get through it here pretty quickly, but it's actually sunny.
Can you hear her over the rain?
Yeah, if you can hear me over the rain, can you guys comment and just let me know if you can hear me over the rain? Because if not, we'll do this later. Because I really want to say what we're going to say, but okay. It looks like it's working. No one's actually
Which is my best
commenting.
side?
I don't know. Anyway, we really want to unleash our kids this school year. They're getting older. They're in their junior and senior years of high school, the
They're
2 that
bored.
we have left at home. And they're bored with schoolwork, with the typical schoolwork. And so we're trying to get creative. Last week,
More creative.
we went to the Educating for Success home business conference with Ray Perry. And if you guys are interested at all in really figuring out how you can do some amazing things at home with a home business, whether you homeschool or not, you don't have to be a homeschooler to be a part of that community, but you can go to educatingforsuccess.com and get more information about that. But it's an amazing community that really helps families learn how to create and run businesses at home, which is awesome.
Why?
So, because the main reason is because Ray's son, Drew, when he was 14, was really bummed that his dad was not around more. And so he really got creative, and he started doing some stuff on eBay, and then he started playing with real estate stuff, and he actually brought his dad home from not corporate America. I think he was a full-time, he may have been an educator. But he brought him home. I think.
But Drew was special.
Yeah.
What was special about
3 or 4 years later, he was highly motivated.
And
for one thing, and he had a mom that allowed him to really take off in the direction that he wanted to go.
he hated school. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hated it.
He did. He hated school, the typical way that school is done.
Like our kids hate it.
Right, exactly. And so Ray has taken those experiences and helps parents and families figure out how they can really help their kids that are not super academically.
They don't like sitting at a desk all day.
Right, they don't like sitting at a desk all day kind of people. How you can actually find a way to educate them really
Turns
well.
out our kids aren't aliens.
Right, they're not aliens.
There might be some actual practical reasons why they don't like sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day.
Right, exactly. So,
Like me.
all that to say, that's kind of a little bit off on a rabbit trail, but actually that's part of what we've been talking about today. So we've got all of these things that we've been talking about, and all of these ideas and stuff, and so we're going to be talking more about
Lots
it.
of ideas.
But one of the things that happened at that conference is that lots and lots of pages. We actually, I think, got on the same page, kind of, maybe. Pages. We both have been doing good things all year and really I would say the last couple of years, we both have had these really amazing things that we've been pursuing. I've been pursuing my travel business. You've been pursuing your Civil Air Patrol stuff with your squadron, and both things are really good, but we've kind of been going down different tracks. And this conference really helped us to figure out, okay, we need to pull together and really come back together as a team and stop working parallel and start working in tandem with one another. And so that's kind of thus all of the notes. And this little retreat that we're having falls at a really good time because we have all of these things stirred up in our heads that we learned about and everything. But anyway, so but I noticed last night, this is going to kind of be more like an interview from this point forward probably. I noticed last night that you were a little bit grumpy, and it seemed like every time I would ask you how much longer until you were done packing, you were looking daggers through me, and it was kind of intense.
How many times did you ask me that question?
I only asked maybe 3 times. It might have seemed like more, but it wasn't that many times. But I did wonder, like, what was going on in your head.
We've been married for 24 years.
Well, and, okay, I was also thinking, really, this happens every time we travel. And it's getting better because you are aware of it. And you're not, like, actually, even though there were looks last night, there was no, like, actual conflict or anything, which is good. But
I did not owe the potty mouth jar anything.
No, you didn't. You did not owe the potty mouth jar at all. So what was it, or what is it about travel that really stresses you out? And honestly,
people who ask me how long it's going to be till I'm done packing.
Okay, well, come on. If you asked me that, I wouldn't be upset. I would just answer you. So I'm trying to get into the male mindset here.
The number one reason is I don't know.
You don't know what?
How long until I'm done.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there's more reasons than that, hopefully.
I had a long list of things to do.
Okay. All right.
I wanted to put the subwoofer back in the trunk.
But you kind of decided that you didn't want to do that a long time before that. But it was still in your mind. Okay. I'm glad we didn't, because there wouldn't have been any room in the trunk.
I brought a lot of extra things.
Yes, you did. Shocking.
The number one reason the idea of travel stresses me out, especially on packing night.
Uh-huh.
Which books am I going to bring?
Are you serious? That, like, actually stresses you out? I'm serious. Are you joking or not?
Is this active listening?
Yeah.
Someone Google the definition of active listening.
So really, you are stressed out because you don't know what books you're going to bring? Wow. Okay. All right.
Also,
I think that's an unusual reason. Okay. First of all, however, this is what I want to do.
That's been an issue for me since I was about 8.
Okay. So you could probably generalize that to a guy might be stressed out about traveling because he doesn't know
which CDs to bring,
which stuff he wants to, which things he needs to bring with him. So that's more of a generalized thing.
Not things.
If you guys could put in the comments what you
What CDs you would bring.
what stresses you out, especially if you are a husband, but even maybe you are the wife and traveling stresses you out. Whatever, it could just be a personality
I have more reasons.
thing.
Are you going to stop talking?
Yes, I will in a minute. But I want people to put in the comments what stresses them out about travel.
The idea of travel?
Or the idea of travel, right. Because now you've been happy all day and it's been really good.
Okay, so
traveling isn't
another
hard.
thing is, until yesterday, I thought we were going to be driving 13 hours straight.
Okay.
And I knew I couldn't do that. So I was worried about where we were going to sleep on the way.
Okay.
A little stressed. You know, it's just a subconscious thing. And then
Right.
at some point you said, oh no, I went ahead and got a hotel for cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Travel agent rate.
And so...
Are we allowed to talk about that?
Not really.
Okay, well I was whispering, so it's okay.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, well that's a whole nother matter. It's only 8 hours.
So
that
what
helped.
could I have done? Because I did tell you that we weren't going, that we were staying somewhere, but you didn't hear me.
I
So
don't
what?
know. That's getting in the weeds a little.
No. What could I have done better that would have helped you to not be stressed about that? Could I have written it down?
Text me.
Okay, text you. Okay. All right. That's fair.
Even if we're in the kitchen together.
Okay.
I read my texts.
Okay. So
So
yeah. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, email me. No, don't email me an entire itinerary. Email me and say, we're not driving 13 hours.
Okay.
Just wanted you to remember.
Okay.
Maybe include a little winky face or something.
Okay. That's good. Okay.
You're not going to remember any of that. But that's
No, I think I will. I think partially.
24
No.
Okay, so
I think I will remember.
other ideas, other reasons.
Right.
I think, to be perfectly transparent, I don't need to leave.
Okay.
We have everything we need in our house. That's why we have a house. There's silverware and pillows, a decent television, internet, computers, speakers, play music, a kitchen, a car. Did I leave anything? Electricity.
Well, okay.
I left it. Well,
Except that the whole point is to leave the mundane behind, so
I love
that you
the
can
mundane.
be in a new environment.
Because the mundane isn't mundane for me.
Okay.
But I'm not a homeschool mom.
Right.
And
Right.
even though I work at home a lot,
You like being at home.
I like doing what I do. You mentioned Civil Air Patrol.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love it because I'm able to use all of my strengths all the time.
Okay.
And it's rewarding.
Right.
Compared to work, where you might be focused on maybe one or two strengths if you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
If you're lucky job. My job, I get to use all my strengths, but most. Some people might want to escape that. We're gonna die.
No, we're not.
Are you gonna put on the brakes?
I did.
I don't want to die on Facebook Live.
Although that
Actually-
would be a viral video. Sorry.
I might take that back. So, other people might want to escape their job, which I can completely understand why you would want to. I don't.
Okay.
I don't consider my job to be that painful.
Okay.
So leaving for me means, joking about the books, but I have a whole box of books in the trunk because there's no subwoofer. I had room for, I'm not going to tell you, there's probably 12 or 13 books, to be blunt.
We like books.
Some of those are, some brainstorming content that we're going to use, etc. So I'm not going to read 12 books. I also have a Kindle loaded up with PDFs on my bag. So it's just having the options. You know, it's just what music am I going to put on my MP3 player? What if the weather is cold? I might want to listen to something different than if the weather's warm, or if it's raining. You know, I struggle.
So that actually, I'm trying to be an active listener here. That really does stress you out.
Laughing when you say that does not help.
No, I'm trying. I'm really trying not to be condescending.
This is why God made us different.
I want to know. I really want to know. And that, it kind of makes me sad because that's stressful. If you're
There's nothing to be sad about.
stressed
It's
about
just
that decision.
something to recognize. Now,
Okay.
the flip side of that is I have begun to recognize that you need to travel, and that
Right.
it's healthy for you to travel, and you've gotten to do that a lot this year because of your travel agency.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thrilled with that. You're connecting with like-minded people. You're getting a lot of encouragement. You're able to invest in others, and that's rewarding for you.
Right.
Also, you're taking our kid. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because I wanted to talk about the advantages too. You've been able to take the kids along, Billy in particular, on a couple of things where she is now interfacing with mentors and really people that are really thinking outside the box, and they're encouraging her in different ways than anyone else ever has.
Well, and for me,
away from home, she's kind of like waking up to the world a little bit because of this experience.
Right.
So I understand these things are relationship building things.
Right.
And it's healthy for the kids to see a different environment. Not we're not home that much, honestly.
But we're in Anderson.
But we're in Anderson. We're in Madison County.
Yeah, it's not like we're.
I drag Gabe to Civil Air Patrol, and he tolerates it, but he's not dying to go do the next training, the next mission.
Right.
So going somewhere different climate, different surroundings. They're not thrilled with the driving part.
Right.
But once we get there,
Well, they like it
it's a
when
different
they
experience.
like it when we fly, though. And we've gotten to fly several times this year,
Yeah,
so
Billy
that's
didn't
been
like
nice.
that so much.
She did. It was just that
She had a cold.
one time she had a cold, but that was.
But you get my drift.
Yeah.
If we could just
Right.
I don't know what that was.
That was a good sound effect.
If we could teleport. That's the word.
Yes, if we could teleport,
Got a little
that'd be awesome.
Teleport thing in here. So.
Well, and can I add something
yeah, of
really
course.
quick? So the other thing I liked about not just the actual traveling, but the travel business, is that the team that I'm a part of has a lot of really solid Christian business owners that are doing really well. They're making really good money, but they're not
Jackwagons.
right. They're really good
That's nice.
people that are using.
Because I'll tell you, when I think of a
things in
travel
good way.
agent, positive things do not come to my mind.
Well, a lot of people don't think of travel agents that way. In fact, that brings us back to last year when you actually were the one that had seen some of the stuff come across with Ray, and probably because you trusted Ray, you're like, have you looked at this? And you told me like 3 times I should watch the presentation. I was like, a travel agent? No, that doesn't sound like something I
was
wanna do.
actually shocked that it was a paradigm shift, and I love these things. I love it when something comes at me in a way I hadn't thought about before, that you could be a travel agent at home.
Right. Yeah.
Really blew my mind. And
Yeah.
so I was curious about what that looked like.
Right.
So I was interested because I thought you would love it.
Right.
Where were we going
And you were
with that?
right. You were right. So I was just talking about all the business owners that I've met that are solid Christians. And so then when I'm going to events with these people and meeting up with them, and I've got Billy with me, now she is interacting with these women and sometimes men that are really great people that share our values, which is really nice.
They have good hearts, and they care about people.
Right. We just like Pastor Darren taking us all over New Orleans. He lives there. He has a heart for that city. I mean, I don't know what's going on now, but before Katrina, he was a documented multimillionaire, and then the hurricane came and wiped out most of his businesses. But he is one of the most down-to-earth, wonderful people I've ever met. He's a pastor.
Is there an
You know?
undocumented multimillionaire?
Well, you can say people are millionaires, but they might not really be.
Ah.
He really
Okay,
was.
so can I continue with my...
Yes, you go ahead.
This is important. I think it's important for wives everywhere to understand why husbands might be looking daggers at them the night before they leave for a trip.
Okay, yes.
This is my community service of the day.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but my kids complain about everything.
They're getting better.
So when we're at
They're getting a
home,
lot better, but
the
yeah.
complaints are relatively innocuous.
Mhm.
I've heard them so many times I don't care. But when we're traveling, there's a whole new batch of complaints. All of them irrational.
And you've spent money to go to where you're going.
Well, that's my next comment. Is it's expensive. Traveling is expensive. Even this is a free-ish trip. We're spending gas to get there. We're eating at KFC, and I'm not being paid for any of my advertising for KFC. I will say they made a custom
wrap for him.
made a custom wrap for me today,
Yeah.
and I'm a little on cloud 9.
Yeah.
Would it be
was
cloud 8?
pretty exciting.
So, yeah, expensive. I don't like eating fast food.
But the custom wrap helped you with that.
Yeah, but I shouldn't do that every day.
Right. It still wasn't the best food. But we still
By
did
the way, if
pretty
anyone needs a custom wrap, Gabe is amazing.
well. Yeah. Like wrap RAP.
R-A-P. Oh, by the way, Ray, when we're talking about Ray Perry, it's R-H-E-A.
Mhm.
It's not pronounced like diarrhea. It's Ray
It's
Perry.
That's awful.
I
I
meant to
can't
cut
believe
that.
you said
That's how I thought it was pronounced for a long time. I didn't meet her in person at first. This is one that I actually thought of when we first started talking about this business. Sandra said she wanted to be a cruise expert, cruise specialist.
Yeah. And I am.
And I said, no, I don't want to have anything to do with that. Because she wanted me to go on a cruise. I've seen Titanic. That's not funny.
They've solved a lot of problems since then. You
I
do
watched the
realize that
news.
happened, what, like 1912?
Oh, my phone rebooted. Now what am I going to use for my notes?
I don't know.
This is why paper was invented.
It's also why you should replace your phone. But we won't talk
Well,
about
that's another topic for another video, which I'm sure we will do in the near future.
Yes.
It doesn't take long to reboot. I'm quite
Okay.
used to it.
So,
Okay, so it's expensive. What was next on my list? Oh, we were talking about scary.
look how pretty that is.
I think people are actually scared. It's not just a creature comfort thing. You know, leaving all this behind could be a subconscious fear, like, oh, what if I leave behind something important? You should see my packing list. It is how many pages long? I think it's 9 pages.
It's a lot.
It's one column.
I don't
so-
want to use it because it's so long.
Yeah, I need to redesign it. But, you know, if you were really attached to your stuff, your tools, your other stuff, you know, what if you have an amazing razor and you forget it? You know how much those things cost at Walmart? Is it Gillette that makes the really fancy razors? The blades for those things are like $5 a piece.
Yep.
What if I forget that at home? That's kind of scary. So one thing that I've been doing better this year with, because of Civil Air Patrol, we've been doing minimalist camping when we do operations and when we do training. So I've gotten to the point where I have kind of a box in my room where I keep the essentials that I'm absolutely going to need. So it's a little quicker. I didn't have to hunt for things. I didn't have to look at that 9-page list, which is going to be shorter someday. Yeah, there needs to be like essentials and maybes.
So, okay.
But I think that's scary for people. Number one, I
Yeah,
could leave something behind. The other day, we did a training in Columbus, which is about an hour and a half from us, I think.
Right.
I forgot my tennis shoes. So, this isn't necessarily travel related, but on the way there I realized, oh no, I don't have tennis shoes. That means I'm either going to be wearing boots and shorts, or I'm going to be barefoot and everybody's going to see my nasty toenails, or I'm going to be wearing Gabe's flip-flops and he's a size 14.
That's an uncomfortable thought.
It was... Only one person made fun of me, but I ended up wearing Gabe's flip-flops. But, you know, some guys can't handle that. They're too proud to wear their son's 3 sizes too big, giant, bright blue flip-flops barefoot when everyone else is looking cool in their kicks.
Okay, so do you have it? Only because I think we're coming to a point where I'm going to need to look at the maps again.
How long do we have? Oh, you're saying we have to be done.
We might need to be done here soon. Well, give me a...
Well, my phone, let's see if it's done.
Wrap it up.
Oh, it shut off. Why did it shut off?
So, did you have any other off the top of your head that were like...
Oh, I have some good ones.
Well, that's okay. We
But
can talk about it later.
other scary things could be...
What about leaving behind the work that you have to do at your job?
Yeah. Okay, so I was really trying to, do a little drum roll before I did the last one.
Mm-hmm.
People, to finish up that last thought, people could be scared about drowning. Yeah, seriously. Disease and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of that's overblown. The media makes a bigger deal about things than they should. But that's another video too. I think if you can overcome that, and there's a lot of great information about how to overcome fear of ships and whatnot. If you do want to enjoy a cruise, which I was all geared up to do that, and we'll talk about that later. I decided not to go this fall because we're going on this trip.
Yeah.
But
that's another reason, though, why we need to get this rolling to the point where, you can have the more freedom. Because having a job, if we wanted to do this, you didn't have enough time.
I think the number one reason men don't want to travel, husbands especially, dads, is because we're worried about our jobs.
Right.
Right? Until the job I'm in now, I've been in 5 years. I have the most amazing boss ever. I was fighting fires every day at work. Every day something was coming up. I had, vice presidents and other executives down in my office demanding answers for why certain things weren't fixed yet. And they would not take a number, so to speak. They wanted their issues to go to the top of the list, even though there were other people of equal stature also waiting for problems to get fixed. That's very stressful on a person. I'm trying to provide for a family of 3. We adopted 2 kids. I can't lose a job. So we're worried about that, and though that isn't as big of a concern now, it's always in the back of your mind. I'm there to take care of people, and if I'm not there, those people are going to go to my coworkers, and that's not good. That can seem unprofessional to people.
And we have the trauma of that in our background.
They could be resentful. You don't want your boss feeling like, oh my gosh, Nardoni dropped the ball again, and things like that. So it is. I've talked to a lot of men. They don't want to leave, and don't leave. I know guys who work 6-7 days a week. Now that's crazy, but it's based in fear. Like I said, I have a great situation, and I check in because I can. But there's not a lot of pressure to do that. Where was I going with that? So, but that is a big deal. If I have loose ends out there, and in an IT type job, there are always loose ends. There's always something in process, an upgrade or a project or yesterday I had this one department is always, they're a little nutty, and they won't do their own due diligence first. They just come at you, and it's rare. In the company I'm in, it's very rare that happens, but this has been happening with this team. They expect you to fix it now, immediately. And it's a custom app, by the way. They've developed it themselves in-house, and their developers aren't really that experienced, so they don't have the depth of experience. I'm not doing any coding anymore, and I don't deal with that kind of stuff like I used to. So, they're expecting answers from me, and I've got to go explain to other people what's going on to try to get them to help, and it's just crazy. So that came up yesterday morning. Normally, if that had happened, say, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I'd have been a basket case today. But so I think that's a big thing. But the responsibilities at home, like, the pets and the mowing and the this time we left our son home. That's kind of terrifying.
He's 18 and
But
he's doing
he
well.
still needs to do some schoolwork, still catching up
Well,
on
and
some
he's
things.
got a job. He
So
can't-
today
yeah.
we had, I realized, oh no, we didn't leave him a list of things for him to work on. And so he's just going to be sitting there maybe doing nothing or whatever. We like to leave a list of suggestions.
And we officially don't start school till after Labor Day. We never have.
Yeah, and it's still important that the education continues even at this age.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
even if they are
definitely. Yeah.
working a business or, you know, whatever they're going to do, there's some things we want them to keep working on their spelling. We want to work on vocabulary, read. We're going to do economics this year, and so we want them to kind of do some reading. Anyway, I wanted to write all that out. That took 45 minutes in between all the other stuff I was doing.
At
It was
least, yeah.
frustrating. So that's that. And then, you know, things like, my Civil Air Patrol duties. And people come to me, they're looking to me for answers for a lot of things. And so there's emails to catch up on. And, you know, I don't want to be on my computer when we go on our trip. It's supposed to be a retreat for us. And, you know, if you're a responsible person and you're out there and you're trying to help others and you're serving in your community, how do I detach myself? It's selfish, maybe. Maybe we think it's selfish to leave those people behind to go on a trip when they need, when they need help.
But
I don't think it's not
Right.
a bad attitude.
no, but we
have
need
to,
it too.
We have to garden
Yeah.
ourselves. We have to
Right.
pull the weeds out of our own
It's
relationship.
the mask. You put the mask on yourself before you
But
put
it's
it on
easier,
the kids.
and I think most people know this.
Mhm.
Wives, you may
Airplane.
not understand this. For whatever reason, it's easier for us to be the hero outside the home than in the home, and I think a lot of that's because of that natural conflict that comes about from proximity. You know, you're in each other's business all day long. You know, people get agitated with each other, and that familiarity breeds contempt. Definitely happens at home.
Mhm.
Guys, if that's happening at your house, you're normal. Your kids are normal. They're going to go to other people's houses and be amazing servants. They come home and they'll leave a pair of socks on the floor for 3 days until you decide you're sick of tripping on it. You know, that's normal.
Ooh,
But
fell over.
what was I saying?
Your kids will be great at other people's houses.
Yeah, but why was I saying this?
I don't know. Oh, because we were talking about not being selfish and taking a trip, and it's not selfish for us to get time together and do this, you know,
Yeah.
to be working
To be
on
at peace,
Yeah.
to crack open a few books, to brainstorm, to pray, to walk, to walk
Swim in the
to
ocean.
walk in the ocean.
Yeah.
I heard there's a dolphin.
There's
thing
a
going on.
dolphin excursion.
We don't know exactly what that's going to entail, but
I haven't looked at the details. Is that awful?
it will most definitely include translation. I will be delivering a message from the
Oh.
dolphins this week,
Goodness.
so stay tuned for that. Yeah. So that's just. I know that's kind of a drawn-out answer. Maybe we could put a
Well,
comment.
we're gonna have some more videos this week.
I'll put some comments out there to help. I hope that helps because I don't think
I'm gonna park because-
people are bad. I don't think your husband is a jerk or your grandpa or your uncle or whatever. But I think that our sense of manhood and responsibility is so tied to our performance at work and how we're perceived. You know, when I said the kids were complaining, you know, that cuts you to the quick. I'm spending money, I'm taking you, you know, how dare you ungrateful punks not appreciate what I'm doing. But kids they don't have any perspective.
Right.
But all that stuff becomes that ball of like, ugh, I just don't want to go through this again. And not everybody goes through this. You know, some siblings get along great. I've seen some families that are able to do lots of different things, but each family has a different mix of personalities.
And a different dynamic.
And different traumas. Like our family, we have trauma stuff. And so our kids, they have a lot of fear and discomfort.
Transitions, well, that's another thing too. For our family, transitions are really hard because our kids come from a background where the first 6 years of their life, they transitioned and then lost their whole family, and then they transitioned again and lost another family, and
all their belongings.
and sometimes all of their belongings. So they have all of this background stuff that they're dealing with that has to do with travel. And so part of I wanted to,
uncomfortable.
you know, the more you practice something and doing it well, the better you get at it. And I didn't want their whole life to be that way, where they felt like every time they transitioned and tried to take a trip or do something fun, they were dealing with all this trauma. And so I think even like Billy said to me the other day, hey, I'm getting better at this.
Oh, good.
And so I think that there's value in that too, because you know, they've gotten pretty good at the normal transitions of life. You know, when we first got them, they would have a complete meltdown just to go to
Separate
McDonald's.
video, but
yeah. So normal stuff is normal now, but I think, you know,
that gives me another thought too. You may not know what's in your husband's background.
right.
Maybe there's trauma there. Maybe their family. My mom was horrible for trips. She would yell, and we were being dragged out the door.
Great lady.
Wonderful,
generally.
wonderful woman. Any of you who know me know my mom yelled a lot. She yelled when she was happy. She yelled when she was mad. There was pretty much one volume.
One volume.
So there may be some of that in me too. But you think, if somebody's had a lot of bad experiences traveling, maybe their parents only ever went to one type of destination and they hated it.
Yeah.
Maybe
look
your
at what
husband
we camped all those years.
can't imagine ever
And
going
gave
somewhere
it
truly
to-
fun.
Right.
And, I'm throwing you a bone here, but all the stuff that Sandra's learning about travel and the different destinations and the different opportunities, I'm blown away at some of the cool stuff. I mean, there's a chance this dolphin excursion will involve me swimming with a dolphin. And I'm looking forward to that. So I'm learning. I'm coming out of my shell. I'm starting to embrace leaving stuff behind. I left a lot of stuff behind. My subwoofer,
For one.
and a lot of books that I didn't bring, and a lot of to-do lists and things like that. But I'm actually, now that I'm out of the house, and I'm looking forward to it.
Good.
So there is hope. There is hope. But you can help by addressing these challenges with your husband. If you guys want to travel, if you and the kids want to travel, or if you want to travel, just say, hey, is it possible that we could address some of these challenges? And you might be shocked. You might go, I can't believe that you understand. Just the fact that you would be willing to accommodate. We are broken people, aren't we?
Yeah. And our personalities are
that,
so different.
That means a lot to me, and I think that we could probably have some more healthy conversations around how to help each other.
Yeah.
So there's hope. Don't give up.
That's true. Hey, if you guys have liked this video and it has helped you in any way,
Hopefully they loved the video.
if you could click love, that would be awesome. And if you are someone who is looking to travel more with your family and travel better, or start a home business, or both, you can text travel to 765-705-5505, and you will get more information about this type of business and how you can get started. So if you guys would do that, that would be awesome.
Do they get a free trip?
Yes, actually there is a vacation voucher included if you go through the information and watch the video and stuff. So
is it a vacation to Alexandria, Indiana?
No, it's not. It's, I hate to say this. I can't remember what voucher it is. But it's like a 2 or 3 night stay at a resort, I think. But I'm not sure. I can't remember.
It in Rossville, Illinois?
No, they get to choose, I think. They get to choose. So there's a bunch of locations.
It's worth your 10 minutes.
It's either a 4-night Las Vegas, or which you get to choose the different places that you choose from to go there, or it's like a 2 or 3 night resort stay where you get to choose from like 3,500 different locations. So I can't remember which one it is, but I need to look through it again so I can remember. But yeah, so text travel, the word travel, to the number 765-705-5505 if you would like more information about getting started today. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the rest of the week, because as we are hanging out at Hilton Head Island, we're going to do some more videos about travel and homeschooling, parenting, that kind of stuff.
Love.
But
romance.
Right now...
No, romance is my thing.
Yeah. Anyway, Right now, though, we are going to go into Starbucks and get a free coffee because I've got one on my card. So, anyway, that's all. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.